Hey guys, it's me, Mars Talks, the King of Mars, Jason Salisbury. You literally probably, you know, I don't know, you're here. You're one of my subscribers probably. I only got 50 of you guys, and you guys really watch it as it is. Anyway, another podcast, and I got my co-host with me. Her name is
Katie. Just
Yes,
Katie. Yeah, me and Jayton have known each other since when we were like 4, right? I think 4.
4.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so that's when we met. Which we are now 20. So
Yep.
it's been it's been a long time.
It has indeed.
Mhm.
And so basically, we're just gonna go as we go, but we decided to come up with the topic, and that is what do you call it? Oh yeah, self development and like personal growth and all that.
Yeah, which
Um
is a very broad subject, but it's
yeah.
interesting.
I mean like so is there a point you want to start or do you want to like, just kind of I'll go first and you riff off of me.
You go first. I feel like you're
Okay.
the pro. So
I'm definitely not a pro, but maybe someday. Anyway, this video is sponsored by Manscaped. Blah 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 blah. No, Jace, just kidding. It's not. I don't have any sponsors. That'd be cool if I did though. Anyway, um, oh yeah, okay. So I want to say my self development really like my. I want to say my is it would be what I call it modern or postmodern. I guess my modern self development began
Mhm.
when I was like 13. That's when I was like I've had consciousness since I was 2 years old, guys. At least two
I
years old.
believe
I
that.
literally,
I believe it. Yeah, it
I
was around. It was like 3 for me.
yeah,
4, 3, 4-ish.
like I snapped and I was like, hey, I'm alive. I guess. So there's of course like being a kid and just growing into like a young adult,
Mhm.
teenager. Um, and then there's like being a teenager and growing into who you really are.
Right, which is what I feel like we have both been like trying to navigate very
Yeah,
recently. I feel
yeah,
like, because it's harder than you would expect. At least
yes.
for me, speaking
When
personally.
yeah, like when you have a lot of adversity, it doesn't have to be like economically or socially or something like that. But
Mhm.
when you have something that's really, really tough for you and it takes self development, um, it really grows you and you can really start to just like look at the milestones of where you were and stuff
Yeah,
like
for
that.
sure, for sure. Yeah, no, definitely. I don't know about you. I feel like growing up, I don't know, when I think about like just like growing up like when you're a kid, how like that I feel like I was very awkward. I feel like I was I didn't really know how to like navigate like
Social
like growing up.
situations.
Yeah, social situations. I feel like I was a little behind. I was never like I don't think I was in like ever like the I guess I don't know what to call it, but like the cool
You were never
like,
in
yeah,
the
like the clique circle, I don't know. I feel like I pretty much stayed on the outside.
you were never really a social butterfly.
Yeah, 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 I kept to my own for the most
Hmm.
part. I
Yeah.
feel like that's just kind of who I am naturally, but
Yeah.
it's been hard because now, like, trying to, like, actually, like like, turn into a real adult and, like, navigate social situations and, like, making friends as an adult is, like, a whole different thing than it
It's really
was back then.
tough.
It's so different,
Because
and
like you actually have to like plan to be around them rather than seeing them every single day at school.
right, it's so easy at school because you just, you sit next to somebody and because, like, why not? And then, like, a week later, you're, like, friends, which is
Yeah.
cool, but I don't know, it's harder as an adult,
Yeah, it's
yeah.
definitely harder. It's definitely scarier because your time investment with them isn't natural, you
Mm.
know? They could just up and leave one day. The amount of times I've been straight up abandoned by somebody who I've
Yeah.
deliberately put time into is like Shakespearean levels of tragedy for me, you know?
Yeah. No, I feel that though. I feel that. Um, yeah, no, for sure.
So, um, I guess my modern self development until today started when I was like 13.
Mhm.
I think it was a couple years before that I was starting to like grow into the mindset that I had at the time. But
Right.
like, I remember asking my mom after she picked me up one day, and I was like, "Mom, I think I need a therapist." And like, she was like, "Why?" It was like, she was like, "Are you depressed? Or do you have anxiety?" You know, she's asking like these preliminary questions that somebody usually goes to therapy for.
Right.
And you don't have to like have something overtly wrong with you to go to therapy. You can go to therapy just so you can have somebody to help pick your brain.
Right.
Um, but I remember 13, it was like, oh wow, oh god, like I think it really turned on. So I don't know if you guys knew, but one of my previous co-host, Taylor,
Taylor,
uh,
yeah.
she was my first girlfriend. I'm gonna say my first girlfriend, maybe not first quote unquote real girlfriend, but she was my first girlfriend. And that first love is always the most heartbreaking, I would say.
Mhm.
Um, because you're both young, you're both immature, you both know how to handle situations perfectly or properly.
Mhm.
And this situation definitely was not handled the right way.
Mhm.
I don't want to say only on her side, but kind of mostly on her side.
Hey, that's okay. Speak your
Um,
truth.
yeah. So like I'm not gonna get into it super deep, but it left me like absolutely shattered. Like I was genuinely well, technically I was depressed before that. It turns
Right.
out, if you guys didn't know, that I have a genetic lack of a mood stabilizer in my brain, a chemical mood stabilizer called norepinephrine.
Oh shit.
So, like, I'm just naturally more unhappy than most people. um,
Damn.
so on top of that, I just like had my world literally shattered, or what I believed to be what was perceived to be my world at the time, uh, completely shattered. And then going into ninth grade,
Yeah, that's tough.
it was like I'm entering a whole new world. I lost my best friends because of her. My
God, that's
boys, my
crazy.
brothers. Yeah, it was heavy. It was heavy. And then I developed like this genuine hatred. Like
Mhm, like
the
just
type the
resentment.
type yeah, like the type where I didn't believe me and her could exist at the same time. That's how bad I hated her.
Oh wow.
Um, yeah.
I didn't even
So
know all that. It's
yeah,
crazy.
it was bad. It was bad, bad, bad. And it's not like I ever did anything about it. It's not like I like stalked her or anything. It was just like I was really hurt, really, really angry, really,
Mhm.
really lonely. And then I had to deal with being in high school, which is like a whole new ball game, right?
Right.
So with
Dude,
that
yeah.
being said, oh, what do you want to say?
No, no, no. I was just saying, yeah, you can go on.
Okay. Um, with that being said, I had to like relearn how to make friends because when you're in GT, like me and Katie we're basically with the same people for what, like 7 years straight, 6 years
Yeah,
straight.
pretty much.
Um,
Yeah.
and then you're kind of just like, oh, now socialize with the rest of the world, and it's like, oh, uh, how though,
Right. No, for real. Like, it was such a weird experience trying to like meeting all the people, like, and like just all of us kind of mixing in with everybody else. I feel
Yeah,
like that was like a whole like
difficult thing for
adjustment
everybody.
oh my god, period for us. Sorry, I can't
Yeah,
talk right now, but um, yeah, it was weird for sure.
but so basically, I just like that's when I really gained like my personal self-consciousness.
Hmm.
Like I was conscious before that, but now I'm like thinking like who am I? What is my personality? How am I going to go about things, if that makes sense? I don't know how to explain it. It's kind of like a second awakening, maybe. I don't know the right word for it.
Yeah. No, I totally feel that. But elaborate a little bit more.
So basically, like from 13 to who I to now, I was growing very, very rapidly as a person.
Yeah.
Like far, far more rapidly than other people in my grade, other people my age, other people around me.
Mhm.
And because so, it was even more alienating
Right.
because like now I don't have people on the same level of like thoughtfulness and just maturity as me. Like I
Right.
felt like I was 20 years older than everybody else. It was weird.
Yeah, no, that's really interesting. And I feel kind of similarly to that in a few ways. Even just like I feel like now that kind of like just since I feel like I kind of grew at a different pace, but I feel like I was always kind of behind though. Like
Ah,
not in like smarts, but like in like what was cool and what was not. I feel
and
like I
social
was
development,
right. Like I just was I
you
kind
were
of just wanted to
stunted.
stay a kid like and then like we get to middle school and everyone's like having like boyfriends and like kissing and shit and like I don't know, I just like was never into that like scene that young. It like took me time and um even like throughout high school, like I never dated anybody in high school. I really
Hmm.
never like partly cuz I was scared to, but like also partly just cuz I was just minding my own business like I was open to something happening if it did, but now like it's weird because like now I'm 20, you know.
Hmm.
Um I've had one relationship. It's ended now, which is fine, but I've like had that experience, but I feel like I've kind of experienced everything after everybody in a way. Like the whole like first kiss, it was literally after high school.
Oh,
Like,
mine was too.
really? Okay.
Yeah, me and Taylor never kissed ever.
Yeah,
Like
but
I was gonna kiss her on the eighth grade trip, but
Mhm.
it was Gabe. He would like
Oh
not
my
leave me
god,
alone.
dang. That's crazy. I forgot about him, but damn, no, yeah. So I feel like that was like kind of weird. Um but yeah, I don't know.
So like continuing my half,
Yeah.
um like I've had the same therapist ever since I was 13. So this therapist has like seen me grow into who I am today, you know? A
Wow.
lot of people like hop therapists depending on who they like or if their insurance runs out or if the therapist doesn't think they can help them.
Right.
This therapist has been with me since like literally eighth grade. So
Wow, that's awesome.
so like I she's kind of my way I track myself too.
Mhm.
Um so when at 13, I was always somebody who was a bit more emotionally intelligent than most people, especially my age. Like eighth graders are dicks, you know.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
eighth graders are dicks, and
It's I like 8th grade was so just like everybody was just like an asshole for no
yeah,
reason.
yeah,
I
and
I
like
hated that. Like
yeah, and it's like I might have been an asshole
comfortable.
too, but I was like somebody who never took it too far, you know. Like I
Right.
was always somebody who was like, "Oh, this might actually hurt them. Let me not say that," and stuff like that. But
Right.
other people, they would like take it way, way, way too far, and I'm like,
No, for
dude,
real.
apologize. Like I literally had to make
Right.
uh my friend apologize because I was just like really mean.
Right. No, for sure.
Um
I remember that. That was horrible.
and so um uh you know, I was always somebody who was a bit more emotionally intelligent than most people, you know, and very conscious of what I said and how I said it, you know.
Right. Right.
Like I think very, very, very rapidly to the point where I don't even know how rapidly I'm thinking. All I know is that the answer was a good answer. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So, um, I was like depressed. Now I was like, I really do understand how powerful words and actions can be for somebody.
Mhm.
Um, and so the more and more I had social situations with people, the more and more I grew.
Mhm.
And the thing is that I was able to ruminate on those social situations rather than being like on to the next, you know? And
Right.
so I was able to pick myself apart and pick apart how we talked and how I talked to them, et cetera, et cetera. Like I would make sure I apologize to somebody
Mhm.
after the conversation if I
Right.
said something that might have hurt them. Like I remember doing it in Miss Kidder's class.
Yeah.
Uh, she was like, I was like, I think this work is like, I think you were there, but it
Really?
was
Wait,
like,
what year was it?
this
You
was ninth grade.
oh, ninth grade. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah.
So, um, I was like, this work is like really, it was like some word where it's like time wasting or mundane or something like that, you know?
Uh-huh.
And I was like, I told her that, and I didn't tell her that in like a rude way, I don't think, but she took it a different way, and she was clearly irritated by it. So after
Right.
class and everybody was packing up, you know, I was like, "Hey, Miss Kidder, I apologize if I came off the wrong way. That's not my intention whatsoever."
Mhm.
And she was like, "Thank you. That really means a lot to me. I'm just being grumpy right now, though. You know, it's no big deal."
Right.
So I don't know anybody else that would really do that at the
Oh,
time.
no, for sure. Definitely.
I would just
Uh,
be like, "Well, I got beef with Kidder now."
right. Like,
Um,
Kidder's one of those people who can, like, um, talk to you about things and not make it, like, weird
yeah,
too. Like, she's very, like, um, you can approach her without being scared type of person.
yeah.
Yeah.
So I like just kept growing and growing my mindset and who I was, and I became very conscious of interactions, you know, and I knew how,
Mhm.
and eventually I knew how to pick people apart and read people. Like
Right.
I've literally like talked to somebody for like maybe an hour and I already know generally who they are and how they act and what traumas they might have or how, you know, things work for them, you know.
Mhm. So you're very
So
observant.
yes, I'm very, very observant down to like people's subliminal movements, you
Mhm.
know.
Yeah, that's fascinating.
So with all that being said, even the people who have abandoned me, who have just completely left me behind,
Mhm.
you can ask every single one of them. They think I'm an amazing, caring, very loving, very great person.
Mhm.
Um, and I don't know why they just leave me behind. I don't know what's wrong with me or them or what the situation, you know, is calling for that.
Mhm.
But it it um it it hurts a little bit to know that and they still leave, and it also is like, well, okay, I guess I really am that guy, you know.
Right, right.
And then there's like a whole physical aspect of it too, where it's like I used to think I was ugly, you know. Like
Mhm.
I think people maybe have just been mean to me, and that got reinforced into my brain.
Yeah.
And it might just because I was like the one of the only like black kids in like a majority white class for
Yeah.
like 6 years
Yeah,
straight.
true.
Um,
Fair.
and but they were like, "Ew, Jaden's ugly, ew, ew, ew." And then as soon as like 11th grade hit, I either glue up or I was like, I don't know, I just got really attractive all of a sudden. You
Mhm.
know, I was always had an athletic build. I was very fast, big hands,
Mhm.
handsome face, you know, jawline, blah 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 blah. But people, I think I started to recognize that within myself too, and I knew how, and I began learning how to actually use my attractiveness. You know,
No, yeah, dude, I relate to that really hard actually. Cause that like that happened to me like after like I always thought the same about myself, like that I was like like not that I was like ugly, but
but
my
you were mediocre.
right, just kind of like, like there, you
Yeah,
know. Um but then, I thought that all throughout high school pretty much, and then once I graduated is when I started realizing that I think I'm more attractive
And then you were
than
letting
I thought
yourself,
I was, you know
yeah,
what I mean?
yeah,
Because it showed, I started getting approached by people and I started working with adults and things just started happening like, oh, maybe I'm, not so bad after all type of situation. So I get that.
yeah. And so it was very much a weird thing for me because it's like, wait a second, I'm
Mhm.
actually hot. Like, where did this come from? Why? And it's like I didn't know how to act. I didn't know, and because I didn't know I was hot, and nobody ever like, I don't want to say treated me like I was hot, but because I wasn't aware of how to socially approach people in a romantic or sexual or just general attraction ways.
Mhm.
um it was like I felt like an ugly guy in a hot guy's body.
Yeah. No, I get that.
And so then I had to work on like, uh just learning how to talk to people, learning how to approach situations and understand people's wants and needs and expectations,
Mhm.
and how to not disappoint people and how to let people down, and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera.
Yeah.
Like, um, don't, okay, so first of all, disclaimer, don't take me as what you should be. Love yourself first and foremost, and model yourself how you feel you should be modeling yourself. But at the same time, don't be a weirdo or a freak or a creep or whatever. You know, try try to be cool. Um, but for me, like, I'm on Tinder. I think I actually saw you on Tinder. We had a whole conversation on Tinder.
Yeah.
Um, I was like, "Hey, that's Katie. Let me super like her." Um,
That was so funny.
but like I would I meet people on Tinder, and I want to say from 18 until I turned like literally turned 20, I
Sorry.
was like having no success whatsoever. Like I'd get people who match with me, but I wouldn't get people who would talk to me. And if
Mhm.
they would talk to me, they weren't very good or cool people who didn't I didn't
Right.
really vibe with.
No, exactly. Yeah.
But as soon as I turned 20, which was like what, 9 months and 6 days ago.
Mhm.
Um, no, yeah, 6 days ago. Um, you know, you start learning how to take pictures of yourself, and you learn your angles, and you learn what
Right.
people like about you and how to accentuate what you have in order to make you look not necessarily as you better than you are,
Mhm.
but have people pay attention to what you have,
No,
um
exactly.
and so like all of a sudden I'm getting like five at least 5 matches a week, which I believe is like extraordinary statistics for a guy.
You
um
said how many matches a week?
at least five.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, I mean, for a girl, it's like you could be. It's way different. I'm not even about to get into how it is for a girl, but you can
I
talk
want to
about
hear
that if
your
you want
thoughts
to.
about that, but finish
Okay.
your story.
But yeah, like I'll get people who actually want to talk to me. The chats will move off of Tinder into Snapchat or Instagram, or maybe they'll get my number or whatever,
Mhm.
whatever. And some of them they still die off, but a good
Right.
few of them they stick around.
Right.
Um, and it doesn't have to be like me. It doesn't have to be like sexual or romantic. It can just be
Right.
me being like, "Hey, I'm just looking for friends." Maybe it'll turn
Mhm.
into something more, but right now I'm just not interested.
Right. No,
Um,
exactly.
and so with girls, I want to say I don't want to say the opposite, but kind of like you guys could get like a billion matches, but it's a lot of those matches just want to see you naked and show their dick to you. And there's
Yeah.
very few matches
Yeah.
of like genuinely cool people who
Yeah,
who
no,
who
that's
maybe who maybe want to do that, but are like actually can treating you like a human being and like have respect for you. And if it
right.
doesn't happen, that's fine.
Mhm.
Um,
Dude, yeah.
and so
Finding a
with
guy like that is on Tinder is rare.
yeah, and so I think when I actually say like, because my go-to on Tinder, I think I said this in my last podcast, which is out today, by the way, the 27th. Um, I said, say something unique, but don't give them a whole paragraph, you know?
Mhm.
Um, and so I say aloha, aloha, or aloha, you
Okay.
know? It's
Yeah.
hi and goodbye in Hawaii. Um, Hawaiian, not Hawaii. Um, so just saying aloha, first of all, gives them something to think about because you just said aloha, and that's not
Mhm.
normal. And then it's like, I'm saying hi, uh, in a different language. It could be as simple as that. Don't say something like bonjour though. That's lame.
Yeah, it's overdone.
That's overdone. Uh, just say aloha or something cool like that. And then if they respond, just say, "Hey, what you up to?" And don't. And if they start giving dry responses, you don't have to keep talking to them. But if they're like actually engaging you on the same level you're or similar level than you're engaging them, be like,
Right.
"Hey, I just got off the stock market, made whatever today, and now I'm just chilling in my bed watching YouTube." You don't
Right.
have to be like chilling. That's you're not gonna get any favors by
No,
doing
that's
that.
like one of my pet peeves. I'm like, ask someone, oh, like, what you up to? How was your day? And they just respond with, "Oh, I'm just chilling." Like,
Yeah,
that could
like
mean a million different things, like,
yeah, like what are you doing? How are you chilling?
"How
I'm
are you
watching
chilling?"
I'm watching Netflix. That's
That
all you have to say. It's like, oh my god.
like, dude, it just shows that, like, just a lack of energy put in. It's
Yeah, it's
like
like for
like,
girls, I
people
can
responding
understand
if
that.
you're gonna say that, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, for girls, I think you guys get a bit more of a pass because you have like a billion different people who have added you, and you actually have to like sift through the ones and give energy to the right people. You don't know who to give the right energy to.
Yeah,
Um,
that is fair. That is fair.
but for guys, I don't like using the antithesis of dry, but
Mhm.
like be wet in your conversations. Be
That's
moist,
facts.
Uh, you know, talk like you're actually having a real conversation. You're really interested in them.
Right.
Like read their bio. Another thing I'll say is, "What's up, Madam Katie or Miss Katie or Miss Russell?" And that also really catches their attention because I just like Madam and Miss and stuff like that.
Mhm.
It's the small things that count sometimes, especially towards the beginning. You don't want to be like dumping a whole paragraph on them and be like,
Oh, yeah, I
"What do you
know.
think of that?"
Mhm.
Or one of my openers used to be, "Hey, what's your go-to when you go to Coney Island?" And that one kind of worked, but it was just like, I don't know, maybe it was just weird. I don't know. I didn't really get much success with it. Um,
Really?
yeah,
I
I would
I
I
like
would think that's a banger, but maybe not.
I think you asked me that before.
Really,
I
what did you say?
I thi
Oh
I
yeah,
think
you said you hadn't been to Coney Island in a minute.
yeah, but probably, like, chili cheese fries or something like that.
Same. I love chili fries.
Oh, so good. But yeah, I don't go there much often. Anyway, um, what were we just talking about?
Tinder and like,
Tinder.
yeah.
Okay. Sorry, one sec.
So let me ask you this:
Yeah.
what has been some of your most interesting conversations on Tinder? Or just
Oh
give me one.
god.
It can be crazy. It could be weird. It could be cool.
Let me
What's something memorable?
I haven't been on oh my gosh. God. There's
Do you
people
want me to do one first so you can like
yeah.
continue to remember?
Yeah,
Okay.
you do one. You do one.
Okay. So one of them, which I think about every now and then, is I was low key being kind of weird, but I didn't know.
Mm.
So I was talking to this girl who was like a CNA or a nurse for like, old people or whatever. I don't know what you guys call it, but like I was asking her like all sorts of questions that made me seem like I was going to stalk her and like kill her. Like
Oh,
I didn't even realize it. Like,
oh
hold on,
god.
let me pull it up right now. I was asking her like what time she went to sleep, what time she woke up, what time she left, what time she came
Mhm.
back, and all that. And I'm like, and I can imagine that it is like, maybe I shouldn't be talking to this person.
Yeah. No, definitely.
And so I went back once I realized, and I was like, and then, like the conversation had clearly ended. I hadn't talked to her for like, or she hadn't responded for like 2 weeks. But I went back and I was like, hey, I just want to apologize for me asking those questions. I just now realized how creepy that came off as. And the
Yeah.
thing is that I was just like genuinely curious because I don't work night shift. She worked night shift. Um,
Mhm.
so I was just like legit asking, and it was like I was being a real weirdo, apparently, unintentionally.
Damn. No, that's rough. I don't know. I guess it would just depend on like the person if they thought it was creepy or not. I don't know. But honestly, I haven't got anything super weird on Tinder
Hmm.
other than like just kind of like their opening
Really,
statement is like, "Oh, like show me your tits" or some shit like that. Like I've gotten that. You know what I mean?
yeah, yeah.
It's like, yeah, that's
It's
that's
like
not I
maybe one day, but just because you said that, the answer is no.
know. Like it baffles me how like some guys think
That'll ever
that'll
work.
land because it won't.
It
At least
never does.
me, you know. So that's like the extent of like weird openers I've gotten on Tinder.
Hmm.
It's usually most guys are pretty regular. Like they like compliment like some
Picture.
picture and I'm like, "Oh, thanks." And then we just start talking. That's usually what happens.
Yeah.
Um or I'll sometimes just send hi or like I don't know. I actually don't really know open. I'm kind of bad at dating apps if you couldn't tell. I just I feel like sometimes I just don't really know how to start it out.
Yeah.
But yeah, for the most part, I get nervous to speak first. So
Yeah.
I kind of like hope that they speak first because I can be kind of I don't know. I don't know. I just get nervous. That's
Socially anxious.
yeah, yeah, I do. So it's more comfortable when they say something first. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, for me, when the girl says something first to me,
Mhm.
that means I need to pay extra attention because they actually have like a genuine interest in me,
Right.
you know?
That's another thing. You will not catch a girl sending anything first unless she's like super into you. I feel
Yeah.
like I have like rarely reached out to anyone first, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Um, but that's just me.
Oh, I mean, it makes sense, I mean, just
Yeah.
like genetically, evolutionarily speaking, girls are going to be way more picky than guys.
Oh, I guess
Um,
not. Yeah. Yeah, you're
like being a caveman, and it's like, well, I have to carry somebody's baby for 9 months. At least let it be the right person. Where guys,
right.
it's just like I can get a billion people pregnant. It doesn't matter.
That's true. That's true.
So, um, like another thing, another weird interaction I had was I met this girl, and
Mhm.
she immediately gives me her number, like straight off the bat. She didn't even. I didn't even get to say hi before she just gave me her number. Okay,
Uh-huh.
I text her. I say what's up, and she's like, "I'm looking for dick," and I'm like, um, oh, okay.
Okay. I didn't
and I,
know.
and I mean, like, she was pretty, she was hot and all that, but I
Mhm.
was like, I have known you for less than 2 hours. I'm not about to link with you, right? Like,
Yeah, nah,
that's I'm going to get murdered if I do that.
real.
Like, guys, just because she wants to smash with and you've known her for like an hour does not mean you should go smash. You're going to die probably.
Probably, yeah.
Um,
Funny.
so I was like, look, I've known you for less than a day. I'm not going to do that. The extent of it is like, I don't even know what the extent of it would be. I don't know anything about you. I don't know what your favorite color is. I don't know your last name. I don't know anything. Right. And so she's like, come on, let's just smash. Let's just smash. She's like, you mobile? I'm like, and I lied to her. I'm not
Uh-huh.
mobile, by the way. And I was like, yeah, I'm mobile, but I'm not about to like go out to see you
Right.
the same day.
For
And
real.
so she was like, all right, well, tell me where you live. I'm like, no,
No.
I'm not doing that. And
Right.
so and
Damn.
so for about 2 days, it was just her trying to convince me to smash. And I was like, this no, this, you're not about to I'm not about to smash. You're gonna have to know me for at least like a month before I consider something like that. Um
All right. All right.
and so it was like and she was like, well, if you're not gonna smash, I'm not gonna talk to you. I was like, okay, bye, I guess. And then we just we just haven't talked since.
Damn. Sometimes it'd be like that though. At least she made it known at the forefront, I guess,
Yeah.
like what she wanted, but
Yeah.
still, like that's not a very good way to do to approach that.
Yeah, she was like, I haven't had a hookup in like 3 months. And I'm like,
Oh my god.
okay, like what's that got to do with me? I don't care.
Right, it's not your problem.
And then another thing I think girls have to deal with is just people being predatory.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Like 1 in 4 girls experience sexual assault by the time they turn 18. Even if it's just like them, some guy slapping their butt, that's still sexual assault.
Yeah. Yeah, that
Um,
happened to me.
and so it's like, no, like I'm not about to meet up with some dude who I don't know like that. Like I'm gonna have to talk to you for a minute before I trust you like that.
Mhm.
And for me, because I'm a guy and I've seen how guys talk and think and stuff like that,
Right.
it's very stressful when I have a female friend who is gonna meet up with somebody or get somebody or gets or gives their number to somebody. I'm like, just please be careful. Like I please, please, please be careful. And I'm like trying to
Right.
warn them.
No, for sure, because you're totally right. Like it's dangerous out there, and
It really, really is.
I'm not trying to subject myself to any like harm that I could avoid
Yeah,
by just
definitely.
getting to know the person like longer before.
And if you do, like, go out in a public space a couple of
Oh,
times
for
before
sure.
you like ever go to their house or
Yeah.
something like that. And when you go to their house, make sure somebody knows you're there. you know?
No, literally, please tell somebody your location.
Yes. And like tell them to like call the cops or something like that at that location just for a checkup if you don't respond within like maybe an hour or two,
Right.
something like that. You
Right.
know, like just be safe, guys. Like it's dangerous. It's dangerous.
Yeah, for
Um
real.
and a lot of people think they're just getting the hose, but the whole time they're like scaring people into
For real.
like sexual acts. It's not cool. Um so yeah, I mean, it went from it's been 40 minutes, so we've gone from you know me introducing you to us growing as people into Tinder into now we're just talking about safety and all that. Um
Yeah.
so I mean, do you have any more thoughts or should we just move on to the next thing?
Um, we can, I think we've pretty much covered a good amount, so I'm good to move on.
Okay,
Unless
okay.
you have any last thoughts.
Um mm, do I have any last thoughts? Not really. I feel like I've said everything I've had to say. I mean, I've covered everything, I think.
All right.
So, next thing we're going to do, I don't know if I already said it in the video, but we're going to do some Would You Rathers. I have some Would You Rathers pulled up by Cosmopolitan. I feel like they're probably more like the girls and the theys oriented, the thems and the theys oriented, but I feel like I can answer this. I'm relatively in touch with my my feminine side. You
Okay,
know,
Jason, as
I
you
give
should.
off I give off bisexual vibes apparently. Um,
I love
so
that.
So I'll just ask you the questions and you can answer and I'll answer.
All right, bet.
All right. Would you rather have unlimited gift cards to McDonald's or Pretty?
Or
It's P
what?
Pret. I don't know what that is. Do you know what that is? Probably not, right?
No, I don't.
Okay. Would you rather never hug your best friend again or never text them ever again?
Never hug them. Like,
Yeah, that's
what?
like easy. What?
That's what the fuck?
I'm not about to call my best friend every single time I have to talk to them.
Right, exactly. Hell no. I don't know. Do you hug your best friends, Jason?
Well,
No. Like,
uh, my best friends are kind of out of state,
got you.
so
Okay.
like I couldn't hug them anyway. But I mean, if they were there, I'd hug them. Yeah,
Aw, okay. I was just curious.
I have no problem with physical affection.
Well, that's good to hear.
All right. Would you rather talk really slow or really fast?
Really fast. I feel like I
Like, how
feel
fast is fast though, and how
right.
slow is
That's what I'm
slow?
saying. Is
If I had to talk at double my speed, I'd probably go with really slow. But if really, and I imagine really slow is like half my normal speed.
mhm.
So I would be talking like this, I think.
I don't know. I just feel like, oh God, yeah. I still feel like I would rather talk twice as fast because I feel like I would like piss people off talking so slow. You know what I mean?
It's like, hurry up!
Exactly.
Like, imagine you're in an argument with somebody. Like, arguments, you're already gonna get
That's
cut
what I'm
off.
saying. Like,
And like
no.
you're talking so slowly, it's pissing the other person off. Um, so let's see. Would you rather hop everywhere or skip everywhere?
Skip for sure.
Yes, skip easily.
100%. Like,
Easily skip. Cause like
easily. That is, I think that's the most efficient way of like
mode of
travel. I
transportation, like
swear. Skipping is so much better than walking and running.
yeah, like
Like by a mile. So
yeah. I feel like hopping is like the least efficient way because you have to
right. That
stop
shit
and
would be
start and stop and
embarrassing
start.
too. Like what
Yeah.
the
With skip, it's like maybe she has like some sort of leg strain or something like that. I don't know.
mm. Right.
Would you rather have a lifetime unsupplemented makeup supply and skincare from your favorite brands or own your own home by age 30?
Own my own home by age 30, personally. I
I
think that
mean,
would be for me.
I think owning your home is like a good, assuming you can't just like sell the brands at a super discount and make like a bajillion dollars.
Right.
I'd rather own my own home by age 32. I don't even wear
Yeah.
makeup like that. I don't wear
No,
makeup at
that's what
all.
I'm saying. It's like makeup lasts me so long. I rarely even have to buy any makeup at all. It's like I've been using the same everything for like at least a year. Like
Yeah.
so that just wouldn't be worth it's like that or a house. House.
Yeah. It's
House
like
for sure.
10 supplies of makeup versus one house.
Like
I'm going to go with the
no
house,
brainer.
please.
Like who wrote these questions?
I don't know, man. It's a
That's funny as
cosmopolitan thing.
hell.
I feel like it was probably some intern that was just thinking off the top of their head.
For real.
All right. Would you rather have never have to commute to work ever again or have a 3-day weekend every week?
I already. Well, shit.
I
Wait, can you
mean,
read the question again?
never have to commute to work again. So you're just like there, and then when you can just leave like instantaneously, like back at home.
Okay.
Um,
Ooh,
or have a 3-day weekend every week.
I feel like I'd rather just not have to commute, but I don't
Yeah.
know. That one's kind of tricky.
I think
I
for
don't know.
me, I would rather do the commuting because I'd
Yeah.
rather not do the commuting because it's like, um, what do you call it? It's sometimes it's just draining,
Yeah, for sure.
like you don't want to sit there. For me personally, a part of the reason I'm not mobile is because I stress myself out driving. Like I know how to drive,
Mm.
I just don't have my license because I stress myself out and I need to get more comfortable with it.
Mhm.
Um, and so to eliminate the stress altogether, just go wherever I gotta go instantaneously. It's like
Mhm.
when I just do that, you know.
Damn. Yeah, wait, so you don't have your license or you do?
I don't have my license, but I would probably pass the test if I took it. I just not comfortable
Okay.
driving for real.
Okay, okay. Valid.
Um, would you rather your mom be Kim Kardashian or Kylie Jenner?
Ugh.
I'm gonna go with Kylie Jenner.
I was about to say the same thing. I think
Yeah,
Kylie.
I mean,
Even though I don't really keep up
I don't
with
keep up with that either, but I know
so
Kylie Jenner doesn't have a sex tape out there though, which is the most famous sex tape in the world. So
that's a good point.
I would rather not know my mom has a sex tape out there, which everyone has seen.
Yeah, that's very fair. Yeah,
Yeah,
and I feel like I've seen videos of Kylie and like how she parents. She seems nice. I don't know. I wouldn't consider myself fans of either of them,
I'm
but
not either. It's just based off of that, I'm gonna say Kylie Jenner. Plus,
yeah,
she's like a bigger entrepreneur right now than Kim.
right.
All right. Would you rather become good friends with your celebrity crush or go on one date with them?
Ah,
So I
I
think the
think
big question is: does the one date could it possibly turn into two dates and three dates and four dates, or would
mhm.
it be like one date and you're done? I'm
And like
assuming
what is date? Is date like out to a restaurant like or is it like a hookup?
I'm gonna guess a date is like out to a restaurant. You guys are actually trying to get to know each other,
Okay.
and the one date could possibly turn into something more.
Right.
And the good friends is just like boom, you guys are friends. There is no sorts of ifs, ands, or buts. They got your back when they need you. When you need
I think I would rather do the friends option
you. Me too.
personally.
Me too.
Like easily. Like
Easily.
I'd rather just have a lifelong connection with them versus then just like one exciting date. Like I
Yeah.
can brag about that, sure, but I'd rather like know them as a person. But
All right.
all right.
I definitely agree with you. Would you rather have to do a handstand after every meal or a cartwheel? This one's easy for you.
I think I'd rather do a cartwheel personally.
Why is that?
Because they're easier. They're
Oh
more
yeah,
fun.
you're right. You're right. I'm like, why can't I just do a handstand? Like how? And then I realized, like, wait a second, proper form handstand is like kind of hard and like takes a bit
Yeah,
of effort.
I can't even like really. I used to be able to hold a handstand for like 5 seconds, but now I can't like
Yeah,
at all.
yeah. I remember you were like the only one who could do unassisted push-ups at a time.
Oh really? Oh
I'm not.
shit!
I mean,
Yeah,
not push-ups. Sit-ups, not push-ups.
yeah, dude. I was pretty athletic when I was younger.
Yeah,
Because like dance and everything too.
yeah.
But I have since kind of fell out of a good routine, like a workout routine, and I haven't danced since high school, so now I don't have that same structure, but
Hmm.
I'll get there one day.
And then you can
I'm
go
still
against
fit, I'm
Abby
still
Lee Miller's
fit,
dance
but
company.
I was wondering if you were gonna bring that up.
Yes, if you guys didn't know, every single time I talk to Katie about dance, I always bring up Abby Lee.
Like I remember like sophomore year, I think. We were in the same testing room for like the PSAT,
Hmm.
and like I don't know, we were sitting close because our last names have always been like close.
Yeah,
And
KJRS. Yeah, we've
yeah,
always been
exactly.
close.
So and you like kept like leaning over and talking to me about the ALDC. You're like, "Are you gonna go to LA and join the ALDC?"
And you were
I
like,
was like,
no, we don't even
"No."
do the same thing.
So yeah, no, that's funny. I
All
also
right.
remember you telling me something junior year. I remember you telling me that you thought of everyone as second cousins, but you thought of me as a first cousin, and
Oh
that really
yeah,
with me.
yeah. Well, I mean, for you, I've known you for like literally, I've known you for 16 years, like
Yeah,
easily.
true.
Most everybody else, it's a bit less than that.
Fair, fair. I just thought that was funny. Anyway, you
Yeah.
can continue.
All right. Would you rather have super slow internet or low phone battery at all times?
How low of phone battery?
I'm gonna
Like
say
20%?
20%. Yeah.
20%? Man, I hate shitty connection though.
Yeah.
That's the thing. It's like you can't even do anything. Like, I'd rather have the low battery, I
I'd
think.
rather have the low battery too and just keep a battery pack with me or something.
Exactly, exactly.
All right. Would you rather you can only hear one song for the rest of your life? Would you rather it be "Baby" by Justin Bieber or "Starships" by Nicki Minaj? I'm going with "Starships" easily.
I'm going with Starships too.
Yeah,
Easily takes the cake.
easily.
Yeah, dude, that song still goes hard.
Yeah, it does. All right. Next one. Would you rather be the character in your favorite TV show or your favorite TV show not exist? I think this depends entirely on the life of your favorite character in your favorite TV show.
Man, wait, can you repeat the question?
Oh, okay. It says, would you rather be a character in your favorite TV show or or have your favorite TV show not exist?
Be a character.
So does be a character mean like you live within like the context of the
Universe,
show,
or are you like
like just an actor? Because I feel like they're thinking within the universe of the show.
right? I think so. That's how I kind of processed it as.
I mean, my favorite show is SpongeBob. Like, so, so am I just like living next to SpongeBob? Do I have
Dude,
the
for
same
real,
personality?
like, do you got a house next to him or some shit, or is
Yeah,
like,
like a house to the left of his.
are you like that could mean anything. So I guess I would rather be a character, right?
Yeah, I mean,
Well,
like, is my whole life rewritten, or is it like
right,
I'm just
like,
plopped
do
there?
I not exist in this universe anymore?
Yeah,
Like,
I. That's a tough question. I feel like as I am now, I would probably like be that person that's like, "Oh, hey, SpongeBob, how are you doing?" Rather than, "Oh, SpongeBob," you know.
right.
So I mean, I think I'd rather just my favorite show not exist.
Yeah. No, that's a good call. I think so too.
What's your favorite show?
Um, my favorite show, I don't know. I have a few.
All right,
Um,
name just like three off the top of your head.
Probably like The Office. SpongeBob is one of them. Actually, I have like so much SpongeBob themed shit in my room. Um, and ooh, I don't know. I really have stopped watching TV a lot, so it's kind of hard. But I would
Yeah.
just go with those two. Um, to be honest.
So which one is more preferable to you to live in, The
Mm,
Office or SpongeBob?
you know,
Because everybody in the office is like, when you think about it, they're kind of a dick and like really
right.
dysfunctional people.
That's what I'm saying. That's why I'm like, I don't know, if I'd want to kind of live there, and work with them. I think I would be in SpongeBob because that I feel like that'd just be lit. I don't know,
Yeah, you just get to live in a cartoon and nothing wrong ever seriously
right?
happens.
Like you never die. Like nothing ever phases you.
Yeah. It's
You're
like you see
just
Squidward explode after he falls off a cliff, and he's like, "Yep, just a normal day."
exactly. Like that'd be so fun.
All right, all right. Let's see. Next one. Would you rather be unable to use search engines like Google ever again, or never use social media ever again? This is
Sh-
really easy. I'm just gonna go with social media. What am I gonna do without like Google? Use
no,
like an
yeah, I
encyclopedia?
agree. I mean, it would suck, but like, yeah, I couldn't get rid of Google
Yeah,
search. I just couldn't.
yeah.
I think that's like an essential to live.
At this point, in like I remember back in sixth grade camp. I don't know if
Mhm.
you went. Um,
I did go.
Speaking of which, that's like a whole different story I could talk about real quick. But
Yeah, I want to hear about that.
but I think one of the camp counselors at the time, not like our teenage counselors, but like the actual camp counselors, was like
Uh-huh.
talking about everything you need to know to every like the most important survival tips for the day. And
Mhm.
number two was learn how to build a fire, and number
Yep.
one was learn how to use Google. Because like the internet kind of rules how we live today.
Yeah, no, that's very true. Like everything we do, Google can save a life.
Literally
Like
can. I'm pretty
in an
sure it's.
emergency, what do you have to do? Like, oh, you don't know how to do this or that.
Mhm.
You know, no, for sure.
All right, so sixth grade camp story time. So first of all, when I went to sixth grade camp, it was cool, but also like, good lord, the people who were there should not have been there. Not, I'm talking specifically about the counselors, the stuff they like the teenage counselors that
Yeah.
were from Bevel High School. They never ever should have been allowed to go because they picked the worst people. So
That is actually facts.
there was this dude named Damian, uh, who was my counselor. Well, he
Mm,
wasn't my counselor, but he was like the like this group across from these counselors. So apparently, every other year, the girls and the boys, or every year, the boys and the girls switch cabins. So like that year, the girls got the nice like log cabins, and us boys got like huts.
yeah.
And among the boys who got huts, my group got like literally the worst hut in existence. Like the radiator didn't work, so there was no heat. It was literally like
I'm crying.
it was like a quarter mile away from the nearest bathroom, and it was just really really bad.
Yeah.
Um, and there was like a literal dead frog in our shower, so I just didn't shower for like a week.
No way. You're
Yeah,
lying. There
I
was a
didn't.
dead frog?
There was a dead frog. I refused to shower there. What I would do is I'd literally wet my hair and that's it. I would literally do the Diary of a Wimpy Kid method because that was no.
That's too far. That's
So so um yeah, like just imagine going into a public shower and there's a dead frog in there. Absolutely not.
yeah, fuck that.
But this dude named Damian, he absolutely hated me. Like I remember hearing him say to the other counselor, who was chill by the way, he was a cool dude. He was
Uh-huh.
like, if I could kill any kid in our group, I would kill Jayton. And I'm like, I didn't react to this, but I clearly heard it and was like, wow, this dude shouldn't be here. This dude is a psycho. And then I
Yeah,
remember, and
dude
then I,
knew.
and then I remember like, I was like, I called my other counselor. His name was Jordan, I think. I called him like a young man. I was like, "What you up to, young man?" And he was like, "Shut the fuck up!" Like across the cabin to me. And I'm like, what is your problem, dude? Like he basically blamed everything he possibly could on me. This dude was like an actual sociopath for some
Dude,
reason.
needed
Like he would
psychiatric treatment.
for real. And so Damien had the good idea of starting a fight club in our cabin and made us swear to secrecy.
You're lying.
I am
You're
so serious right now. I watched people fight in my cabin.
you're so, no fucking like
They made sixth graders fight each other. Like I
dude,
didn't fight. I was too smart to
went
fight,
to
but
jail time. Like
that's
what
like actual jail time. And he was like, "I'm a senior. I don't care." And I
that's
was like,
funny.
"I'm like, you're a senior. That makes it even worse. You're not about to get your diploma, dude." And he was like on the football team and stuff like that. Like all your chances are gone. You're being an idiot right now.
That's
And so he would like record it and he would like put a post on Snap and stuff like that. And of course it like got out.
right.
So it was like after camp, he was like expelled. He was gone. But dude was
Oh
like
my god.
crazy, and he was also a creep. Like he was like, um, he was like a lot of like he didn't say this verbatim. But he was like a lot of these sixth graders got potential, man. I'm like, what? you you're talking about like 12-year-olds right now. What are you talking about?
That shit is so weird.
And then he also got one of my friends who was a sixth grader snap, and it was like just trying to talk to her
No
after
way.
the camp, and I was like, this dude is a
That
creep.
no, that is weird as fuck.
This dude is weird. He's a creep. He's
That's
psychotic.
so crazy to me. I
Yeah,
never
and I had to live with this dude for like 5 days. It was it was brutal.
way.
And like he would like and then he would be like, and then I'm a light sleeper, you know. I
Mhm,
wake up very easily, especially at the time, especially because I wasn't like comfortable being there because it was so cold and I was in a sleeping bag with like no mattress and stuff like that.
mhm.
Um, so I'm on the top bunk and all of a sudden I hear, "Yo, Jaden, you're Jordan." He's like, "Oh, what's up?" He's like, "I'm about to go shower real quick." It was like 4 in the morning. I'm about to go
What the
shower real
fuck?
quick, and then I'm gonna fuck some girl at the camp. And I'm like,
What the
he wasn't talking about a sixth grader. He was talking about one of the other
I
teenagers.
know.
But he was
I know,
like,
but still, that's fucked up.
it was like,
Like, bro, what?
and Jordan was just like, okay. Like, what is Jordan supposed to do about it? Like,
Right.
so it's just like, okay. And I was like, oh my god, this is nasty.
This that is
So yeah, I had a like an actual psycho, sociopath, whatever you want to call him, creep, for like a counselor. It was
this
crazy.
sounds horrifying.
It was.
Oh my god, yeah. Um,
Did you have any stories from camp?
dude, I was gonna ask, so like I remember, so I was in a cabin with like it was me, Kirsten, Haley, Sarah, Madison Grievous, Lydia,
Mm.
Olivia Sylvester, um I maybe Alyssa
Hmm.
Melodosian. I can't
Yeah.
remember. So I was with those people, and I think two other girls, but they weren't in G&T.
Yeah.
Um, so like we didn't really know them, but I remember like Wednesday night was like ham night or some shit for
Ham
dinner.
night.
Ham,
Oh,
ate
okay.
ham, and everyone got sick as fuck. Like everyone started puking, like all over everyone. I got puked on. Ailey got puked on.
Good lord. What they put in the ham?
That's what I was thinking. We were just like so like and then like I one of the girls went home like early
Hmm.
because of it and yeah, no, I just everybody got sick.
Did you get sick?
I did not though. I did not. I did
Okay.
get throw up on me on my
Okay.
hand.
Okay.
Um but no, yeah, camp was fun. It's kind of hard to remember because all of my disposable camera pictures came out like blurry as fuck. Because you
Yeah,
know
I don't even
how
know what my disposable camera
real
pictures are.
they like you know how they were like, oh, you can't have any cameras or
Or you?
phones
Yeah.
and shit.
Hmm.
So yeah, I don't even know. It was quite a time. I barely remember it though. That's the thing. It's kind of
Yeah. I remember like remember the Predator Prey game that we played the first day?
that game was lit. I
It
like
was. It was awesome. I was like literally like a special ops black ops dude, like laying on the ground covered in leaves. I felt like I was in the Hunger Games, like I was Peter
dude,
from the Hunger
real
Games.
felt so real. Like
And
that
I
shit
was
was
like,
so fun.
and then I pretended I was a part of a predator group, but I was like, yeah, I'm with you guys, and I was just walking around with them. And while they weren't looking, I just like left, like didn't know I was actually prey. It was crazy.
Oh my
Um,
god.
But I remember there was this girl. I think her name was Jordan. She
Mhm.
like broke her ankle or something like that, and they had to like
What?
call the hospital. I had to like carry her out of there.
No
It was
way.
crazy. Yeah.
That is crazy. Damn. Yeah.
Yeah. So I think we're about done with the podcast. What do you think? You got anything more to say?
No, I think we covered pretty much everything.
Okay, okay.
Yeah.
Well, Katie, I want to let you know you're always welcome to come back to the podcast. If you want to make it like a weekly thing or a monthly thing or just whenever thing, you are welcome. I think
Awesome.
me and you worked really well on this podcast. Some people it's just like painful to work with them. You know, I'm not
Yeah.
gonna say who, but we vibed, we vibed. You know,
All right. I agree. I agree.
so anyway, this is the podcast, and now it's over. Watch the next one or not. I don't know.
Yeah.
Thank you, Katie.